Bishop Art. Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Sword and Shield Wi-Fi battles. So we've got a pretty interesting team here. I haven't seen an Aegislash in a very, very long time, which is shocking considering how good it was. Maybe in a couple generations back. I didn't really play a lot of Sun and Moon, so I don't know if it was really good in that generation, but I do know that in, 6th generation it was really good. So we got ourselves the Aegislash, Dracovic, Cinderace, Rotom Wash, Hydreigon starting out, and the Duraludon in the back here. So we've got the Hydreigon here. Hydreigon can learn, I believe, Fire Blast or Flamethrower. So there's a possibility I'm probably going to get hit with that in the face and straight up die. We can try and maybe go for the Iron Head, but we might also see a switch. I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. So I could just try and get some damage out and finish this out with the Golisopod, or I can go for the boosted. Let's go for the Iron Head, see what happens here. Actually, it is going to go for the Flamethrower. That's what I figured. There's really no point in me going for the Sword Stance there. Unfortunately, Bisharp goes down. That's quite unfortunate, but somewhat quite alright. Let's go here into the Golisopod. I'm not really too proud of the team that I brought out. I know Golisopod would do pretty well, because it could take on like the Aegislash. I can first impression this thing. I can, do priority moves against the Dracovic, and I'm also a water type, so Vicious Ren doesn't really do a lot of damage. So I figured it would be good, but I didn't know who to bring in for the third slot, unfortunately. I brought the Hydreigon just for just in case. So let's go here for the first impression, which should finish off Hydreigon. I am a bit worried. I don't know what to do after this, because I think one of the main issues I'm having with this team with Golisopod is that he is doing his job. It's just, once I lock myself into first impression, I can't really do anything, and I'm having troubles switching out. So presuming this thing doesn't go for... Yeah, because it has really shitty special defense. So assuming this thing doesn't go for a Draco Meteor, I should be okay. If it goes for like Steel Beam or something really powerful, I'm fucked. But let's see what's... It's actually going to Dynamax, okay. I might actually end up Dynamaxing myself with Hydreigon and then seeing how that goes. I should also be faster than this thing. It's actually going to just be the normal Dynamax Duraludon. Let's see what it's going to hit me with. Again, if it hits me with the Max Dragon move, I'm dead. It's actually going to go for the Max Lightning. I should, I think, be able to survive that with the Dynamax. Okay, I was going to say, with the Dynamax, I'm not entirely sure. But, yes, I should be able to survive that. So, I would say I should Dynamax now. Right? Because in general, I don't plan on Dynamaxing with Golisopod. But I just say Dynamax now because I don't want to lock myself into, a move and then undynamax and then not be able to deal with whatever comes out. But we've already taken on the Hydreigon. I don't think there's anything really that can take a Draco Pulse, Dark Pulse all that well. So locking myself into Dark Pulse wouldn't be that bad. I kind of want to Dynamax it for the extra power. So let's go ahead and do that. Just because, like I said, Golisopod is kind of not great to Dynamax with because he doesn't have any speed. And we also do have the emergency exit. So he really isn't really good for anything like that. Because I can lose my Dynamax if I get forced to switch out, which will probably happen because I'll probably get hit, considering he has the low speed. And I also can't make use of the fact that he has all his priority moves if I'm, Dynamax, because they become non-priority moves. They just become damaging moves. Dark Pulse actually not gonna do as much as I thought? Nani? That's weird. Okay. I'm gonna die. I'm confused. Why did that not do as much as I thought it was gonna do? This thing, like I've said, has... I guess I could have gone for the... Actually, that's my own fault. I should have gone for the Max Whirlwind while I Dynamaxed. I was thinking I was still undynamaxed, and I went for the Max Darkness. That was kind of dumb of me, actually. So now I'm in a bit of a horrible situation here, because I gotta lock myself into a move. First impression cannot be the move, because I'll be fucked. I could do Liquidation. It might be the safer bet. Other than that, there is Sucker Punch, but I don't know how well that's going to do. It does resist the Liquidation and not the Sucker Punch, and if he does bring out the Aegis Slash, you know, that'll be nice. Alright, let's I guess do Sucker Punch. Because I think either way, I have no special defense. So whatever move this thing throws out, which is going to probably be the Max Lightning, is going to end up killing me anyways. So, that battle was not a good one. Both should not have started out with Bisharp, or probably even brought Bisharp out. GG. Alright, so we got ourselves another battle here. Unfortunately, that last one was not great, but let's see what we can do here. Oh boy. So our opponent is going to come out with the Tyranitar with the Sandstream, which is going to... So I know in previous generations, like way back, I think Sandstorm reduced accuracy, but I don't know if it does that, which makes me kind of scared to go for a high jump kick here, but I kind of have the feeling they're also going to go for the Dynamax, so I can U-turn, do a good chunk of damage, and go into maybe Golisopod, who wouldn't take a rock move very well at all, actually. So I could just go straight out for the high jump kick, which will kill this thing out in one hit. I'm pretty sure, considering it's 4 times weak to it. But if I miss, I'm totally fucked, and I kind of need Cinderace to take on some of the other Pokemon on this guy's team. For example, they do have the Please Hit, Please for the Love of God. Okay. Whew. Because they do have the Rillaboom, which I could really use Cinderace for, as well as the Bisharp. So, ideally I want Cinderace to stay out for a bit. The Hydreigon. I keep saying Hydreigon. That's like my go-to Pokemon now. I don't know why. Barely anyone uses Hydreigon. The Tyranitar would have been quite a bit of an issue because it can't take out the Golisopod and the Darmanitan that I have. So, thankfully, I managed to take that out in one hit. So the fact that they're taking some time here makes me think that maybe they did bring out both the Pokemon that Cinderace is good against. Because here comes the Bisharp. So obviously I'm guessing they don't have the Gyarados, otherwise they would have brought that out first. They do have the Mimikyu, which also would have worked. So they might have the Salazzle or the Rillaboom. So I can Dynamax here and just go for the Max Knuckle, which I think will still kill this thing, right? And there's a good chance that maybe this thing is also going to Dynamax. So let's do that. Let's go for the Max Knuckle, which gives me the attack boost. I was going to say the speed boost. What I mean to say is that I am faster than Bisharp no matter what. Unless it goes for the Sucker Punch, obviously, right? So let's go ahead and Dynamax. Become a big, giant bunny here. And see if we can get the Max Knuckle off here, which presumably will kill this thing. As I figured, he's going to go for the Sucker Punch, get some damage in. But it's not going to be enough. Max Knuckle here is going to do. It's actually, he's got a Fist Kick. Ooh, he's actually got, I guess, a Focus Sash, because there's no way he would have survived that with like 1 HP like that. Oh, I actually did. Wow, that's crazy. He managed to survive that 1 HP. Which is relatively okay. He's going to go for another Sucker Punch, which is going to leave me in not the greatest state, but I'm still going to be alive. I think even if it gets a high roll crit, it won't kill me. So we're going to go for another Max Knuckle here, which is going to take this thing down. After the Sandstorm, I am going to be at like, I think 80 HP or something like that, which isn't great, but assuming he doesn't have the Gyarados, I should be able to do a hell of a lot of damage to whatever comes out. Oh, I said 80. I thought I had a lot less HP, but never mind. So assuming he doesn't have the Gyarados, which again I don't think, considering they took so long to think to bring out the there we go, bring out the Bisharp, I had a feeling they had either had the Rillaboom or the Saladite, whatever. So I have my full team here. This is a bit tough because if I bring out the Max Flare, I will bring out the Sun, which is gonna hurt Golisopod a bit. So, but I do have 2+ attack, so maybe I'll just go for another Max Knuckle here. either way, it resists all my moves. And again, I don't want to bring out the sun to help this thing out, but actually, it might actually bring it out all on its own. So I guess Fireball would have been the better move. Might not have mattered. I guess I should have just assumed it was going to Dynamax, considering that, you know, it's the last Pokemon and it hasn't Dynamaxed yet. I could have also gone for the Max Guard. But let's go here, see what this Max Knuckle does. It's not like Salazzle is super bulky or anything like that. And I do have 2 boosted attacks. That's not going to do too much. Hopefully he doesn't go for a fire move. He goes for a poison move, which would be... Max Wormwing. Whoa. Didn't know Salazzle had any dragon types move. Alright. That's interesting. That's going to lower my attack here. The Sandstorm isn't going to kill me, which is great. And then now I'm going to go back down. So I've got like 3 attack boosts right now. So I got Swords Dance and another plus. So that's great. I'm still alive here. So we're just going to go for the Pyro Ball here. And that should do a good chunk of damage, considering, you know, Cinderace has a really decently high attack stat. And also I've got all the buffs. And Pyro Ball is a really strong move. So we're just going to kick that thing in the face and take it down. And we've got ourselves another Cinderace sweep. So that's great. Unfortunately, my opponent did not bring out a good team against Cinderace. The Tyranitar went down. The Bisharp was not a good matchup. The only really decent one was maybe this Salazzle here, but not really much that I could have done. We're going to get ourselves a big nugget. GG. We'll do one more. Alright, so we got ourselves our 3rd battle here. This one's going to be a pretty interesting, because it looks like my opponent has some sort of Trick Room team, possibly, because they have some pretty slow Pokemon, and they also have the Rune... this thing. I don't really know the name of it, or at least I don't know how to say the name very well. It doesn't help that it's like in Japanese, which I unfortunately cannot read, but we've got the Vikavolt that's slow, the Glaceon that's slow, the Bisharp is actually slow, the, what's it called? Not Lantern, but Chandelier, which is actually kind of fast, this thing that can set up Trick Room and it's kind of slow, and as well as the Cronut, which is pretty slow. So, this is going to be pretty interesting. In hindsight, I should not have brought the Golisopod, because some of my moves might actually fail, but let's see how this goes. So I believe this thing usually has the Will-O-Wisp, so it's a good thing I started out with Cinderace. Let's just go for the Pyro Ball. If it does set up... What? This is off to a great start. Go ahead and miss Pyro Ball. I didn't know Pyro Ball can miss. That's 90 accuracy. Fuck me in the ass. Alright. Let's try that again. Which annoys me because I probably could have been able to take this thing out maybe in 2 hits. But now we're actually going to eat an Earthquake. Probably die. Holy shit. That hurt a lot. And we're going to miss it. Oh my god. We're going to miss again. Oh, Lord. Lord, why? Are you kidding me? Cinderace came in all hot from the last battle. Just to miss 2 Pyro Balls in a row. And get hit with a critical hit, Shadow Claw. That's just amazing. Alright, so let's go here for Golisopod. Jesus. I can't believe I missed 2 in a row. So no matter what, I'm pretty sure this thing is actually going to be faster than me. Because of the Trick Room, right? But we did manage to, I guess, burn off 2 turns of it. We can go for the Sucker Punch. But I feel like the Liquidation might be better. Because it is Stab. So let's go for the Liquidation. No point in going for the First Impression here. This is the Ghost Ground type, if I'm not mistaken. So, Liquidation should do a good amount of damage here. You're actually going to withdraw, which should again burn another turn off. Oof. Balls. You're going to go here into this thing. Had I gone into the First Impression, that would have been pretty good. So that's going to put me in a bit of a tough spot. Don't really... Alright, so I'm going to have to go here for the Max Shutterfly, I guess. Because let's... assume that you think I'm choice banded. You might think I'm gonna switch, so you're probably gonna take that to turn to boost up, because there's not really anything Crawdon can do to take me out in one hit. Not to mention, I am actually pretty physically bulky, right? So I can only imagine that you're gonna bulk up. So we're actually going to go ahead and Dynamax here. We're actually gonna be faster thanks to the Trick Room, and we're gonna go for the max Flutter Fly or whatever the hell, and take on the Crawdon. Sick. And now, unfortunately, mentions are gone, which means I am going to be slower. So let's see what they're going to bring out. They still got the not Cofagrigus, and then they've got the I guess it's like Runagrigus or something dumb like that. Okay, so they've got this as well. I can throw out the Max Geyser. I am locked into Liquidation, so the rain would help me. Which one of these is stronger? Max Flutterby is actually a lot stronger. And low special attack. Not that that really matters. So maybe breaking out the rain wouldn't matter all that much. Actually, no, they're... Never mind. This is equally as strong. So I can bring out the rain. Presumably I'll survive a hit, right? And then be able to hit him afterwards. So let's go for this. You're gonna go for the Sword Stance. You are fast. I was gonna say, how are you faster than me? I was like, of course you're faster than me. Why the hell would you not be faster than me? Which is relatively okay. Again, Golisopod is really good physically. Oof. Physically, defensively, and I do have max HP investment. So even after the Sword Dance, I think I might be able to take a hit or two. No, maybe not two. So maybe one. I'm probably gonna go for the Throat Chop. Interesting. That's not thankfully going to trigger my emergency exit either. That would have been, well, not horrible. This is my last turn of Dynamax, so it kind of would have been whatever. Switching out into the Mimikyu actually wouldn't have been horrible at all. But we're gonna go ahead and lose our Dynamax here, as the Runagrigus is what I believe this thing is called, is going to come out. So I'm actually already locked into Liquidation here. Can't use any move, even if I want to go for like the Sucker Punch, which is totally fine. I think Liquidation is probably the best move here. Sucker Punch would have been nice, but I actually think I am already faster than the thing because it hasn't set up the Trick Room. The Will-O-Wisp would be a bit of an issue, but with the rain, I might be able to take it out in a second hit. In any case, I still do have the Mimikyu full HP with the Disguise, so... Because these things usually run Trick Room, Earthquake, Will-O-Wisp, and Hex or Shadow Ball or something of that sort. I don't think they have Plane Split or anything like that in Incineration. So he's going to go ahead and Dynamax here, so that gives him access to the Max Guard instead of the Trick Room. Which also means they can't Will-O-Wisp. So they're probably going to go for the Max Quake here, try and do a good amount of damage. I'm going to go for the Liquidation here, do a good chunk of damage thanks to the rain, and lower your defense, which is good, but you're actually going to eat your berry, which is probably going to heal you. No, it's going to raise your defense. So I actually didn't do a damn thing. So I'm actually pretty sure I'll live this Max Quake, but it's going to make me switch no matter what, which is relatively fine. Like I said, going out into the Mimikyu isn't horrible because I can safely switch in here, go out and use a Sword Stance, which might not even be that necessary, but we'll do it anyways because I don't really think this thing can take me out in one hit. Let's go for the Sword Stance here. Now that it's Dynamax, it can't use the Trick Room because Trick Room, whoa, that was kind of a weird angle. Trick Room turns into Max Guard, which would have been a little bit annoying because it would have been faster than me, but it is not anymore. So it's actually going to go for the Mass Phantasm. I don't actually know. That would have... Ooh, it lowered my defense. Never mind. So I think that actually will take me out if it hits me with another one. Considering, yeah, you know, this thing doesn't really have the highest attack, but considering that it just lowered my defense, let's just go for the Shadow Sneak, which after the boosted attack from the Sword Stance and the Life Orb should be enough. If not, I've got Golisopod to finish this off. Well, it's actually not enough. It did a little less than I thought it was going to do. I guess I should have just gone for the Shadow Claw because I am faster, which is kind of dumb of me. I keep thinking, I see this thing and I automatically think it's faster because I keep thinking Trick Room in my head. Alright, so this thing is going to go stop my rain, which is unfortunate. I mean, it didn't stop my rain. My rain stopped. But this thing is, I think, going to Undynamax now because I went for the Max Quake. Just went for 2 Max Phantasms. So it is pretty low enough to where I would have liked to finish it off with the Aqua Jet. But let's just go for the Liquidation, which should be more than enough to finish this thing off, unless I miss on some stupid thing. There we go. There we go. This thing is pretty bulky, so I didn't want to risk going for the Aqua Jet. But that one was actually kind of close. There were points where I thought I was going to get wrecked and thought I was going to sweep. So, not bad. Golisopod put in some hella good work. Easily becoming one of my favorite Pokemons right now, especially using in battles. But in any case, take care of yourself.